Greetings, one and all. If you're looking for a light-hearted video from me, I suggest you check out some of the other videos on the channel, as I'm going to have a bit of a rant here. I need to vent some of the frustration that I'm having with NHL 17 Hockey Ultimate Team. Now, I've been playing NHL, the NHL series, consistently since NHL 11, and I've been a Division 1 winner in every online seasons mode in the series so far. I mainly sit within Division 2, as I'm not the most amazing player out there, but I can play a decent game if I get going. You know, I'm not too bad. I can play with some of the best of them, I think. However, this year, I made it to Division 1 in NHL 17 online seasons and Hockey Ultimate Team, only to be relegated back down to Division 4. No, not just Division 2. I went back down to Division 2. I then went back down to Division 3. And I've now just gone back down into Division 4. Division fucking 4? Are you taking the piss, EA Sports? A consistent Division 2 player, but also able to win Division 1 in every single other game so far, has played so bad that he has been relegated all the way down to Division 4 from Division 1. That's just ridiculous, if you ask me. I think I may have figured out why this happened, but the answer's been quite obvious from the start. So, I went from Division 1 down to Division 2, down to Division 3, down to Division 4. Obviously, I'm a really shit player, even though I've won Division 1 every single other year. But here's how it works. I think I figured out the problem. On my Ultimate Team, I have 189 in PK Subban, 288s in Henrik Zetterberg and Artemi Panarin, and the rest of my players are 87s and 86s. And I haven't spent any real money in the game. No microtransactions, no packs have been bought with anything other than the in-game coins that I've earned through games. Now, every single game that I've had since going into Division 1 down to about Division 4, I seem to be paired up against somebody from Finland. It always seems to be from Finland, I'm not quite sure why, who I assume has spent hundreds of dollars because on their team, they have nearly every single Hockey Ultimate Team hero, they have nearly every single legend, and they have bloody Sidney Crosby and Alexander Ovechkin playing on their fourth line. Now, that might be a bit of an exaggeration, I get that, I completely understand that. But every team I seem to go against seems to have at least 5 HUT heroes, has at least Pavelski, Crosby, Ovechkin, players like that. It's ridiculous how many amazing players that I go up against with a team that's predominantly 87 and 86 overall. Now, these teams, if that's not bad enough, these teams then proceed to score the same 5 ways every single game. We have the cross-crease snipe, we have the one-timer shot from the point by the offhand, which seems to go in every single fucking time. We also have the short-side snipe, and we have some other bullshit goals that happen as well. And it doesn't matter if I know that's going to happen or not. Most of the time I can see, right, I know what he's going for here. I don't have a chance to defend it because my players just simply aren't good enough. They're not fast enough. So many times I've had players blaze right past me. I've got players on the back end with like 88 skating that get completely blazed past by some of these other forwards, and it pisses me right off. Because then these guys, they forehand back or they do that bloody toe drag thing and then flick in the bloody goal. Does my head in. And then I'm already down like 3-0 and I can't help that because I haven't spent any money on packs. Now, I'm calling out to you here, EA Sports, as a long-term fan of the franchise and your video game series. For the love of God, take out the microtransactions in Hockey Ultimate Team. Make the game fair again. I mean, stop making people who pay more money than just the full price of the game, I might add. People already spend $60 on the game, then they feel like they need to spend more than the $60 in the game. Stop making those people that spend more than the actual game better than those who actually put in the time and the effort into getting a better team. I am happy to go with that grind because I like ice hockey. But if I know that I'm going up against teams that have stacked players on every single line against my 86s and 87s, I'm not going to bother. I'm not going to waste my time. Now, if you don't remove this idea, if you don't remove these microtransactions, you risk losing your most dedicated followers to the series, who are happy to play your games for hours on end to get the rewards that they want and they deserve. And you'll be left with casual fans who criticise every addition or change you make to the game more so than you already get. I've looked at your Facebook and your Twitter, NHL. It's awful. The amount of trolls that you have on there, it's so toxic, your fan base, I swear. It's ridiculous. Everybody criticises every single little thing that you do. And I feel sorry for the social media guys on your team, because all they do is deal with shit. Every single comment. There's a couple of nice ones in there and a couple of genuine questions or anything, but the amount of hostile comments you have is absolutely ridiculous. Now, there are other players like me, for example, who stay relatively silent on Facebook or Twitter or to their friends or something like that, as we know anything we say won't be heard by you guys. Either because you don't care, and I think that's quite obvious, you don't care about fans' reactions. That might be a little bit of an overstatement and quite a cliche thing to say about EA Sports, but you know what they say about cliches? They become cliches because they're said quite a lot, and some of the time they're actually true. Now, you won't listen to us for that, potentially, or you don't see it. That's fine if you don't actually see some of these comments. I can completely understand you saying that. But the reason you don't see these comments is because they're within a sea of insults from these casual NHL fans on Facebook and Twitter saying, "You're shit, get rid of the game, fire this developer, fire that developer." And you respond to them. Don't respond to those ones. Respond to the ones that actually need help. Because then people will be like, oh, actually, I feel like I can talk to these developers. I feel like I can talk to these social media guys. I'll put up a question about the game. Oh, brilliant. We'll get something sorted out here. But most of the time I see nowadays, people complaining that they're not winning games and they're not playing very well nowadays. And all you say is, get better at the game. That's not fucking helpful, guys. To tell somebody to get better at the game, if they've been playing it for the last 6 years, they don't need to get better at the game. I think, you know what they say, practice makes perfect. And if somebody's been playing the game for 6 years, like I have, straight 6 years, every year I've bought the game, I don't need to get better. I mean, to an extent, maybe. I'm not the best player in the world. I don't want to be the best player in the world. I like playing other video games as well. I don't just play NHL every day for my life, because I have a life, to an extent. But if you're telling these sorts of guys, oh, just get better at the game, oh, learn how to play the game better, maybe you should do a better job of teaching people how to play the game better. That's your job as a developer, for goodness sake. But I'm sick and tired of suffering in silence, and I hope some of you other guys that sit there in silence and know are feeling the same things. I hope you're feeling the same way, that you're sick and tired of sitting in silence. This needs to be sorted out. Your game is simply unfair. Now, you've got to stop favouring profit over consumer happiness, and maybe more people will buy the NHL games. I know it's very cliche as well to say, oh, EA, all they care about is money. But you do. That's so clear. All you care about is money. You've made that completely clear by putting in these shitty microtransactions, by focusing on the only game mode that has microtransactions, and neglecting pretty much every single other game mode. Now, it's no secret that the NHL series is one of the smallest in the EA Sports department, and receives a fraction of the budget compared to something like Madden or FIFA. And now I can understand this because the sport of ice hockey itself isn't as accessible as something like football or American football. I get that. I completely understand that. You're going to get a lower budget because hockey isn't as mainstream as some of these other sports. I completely understand. But if you keep alienating what fan base you actually have with making the most successful and the most popular game mode in HUT more difficult to win if you don't spend any extra money on it, the NHL series will grow weaker and weaker until it is scrapped, and then there is no mainstream hockey game for fans to play, and the devs will be sitting there going, what went wrong, guys? I can't understand what went wrong. I can tell you what went wrong. Too much reliance on microtransactions and a game mode that is pay to win. It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. I'm a student at university, for example. I don't have any money to spend on packs. Not that I'd want to do it anyway. The last time I bought any packs was like NHL 12 or NHL 13. Like, back when I was a younger person and I thought, oh, I'm not going to need to worry about that. I have less responsibility to do with money. I don't have certain things to pay for, you know? I'm still living at home, you know, sort of thing. Like, it's ridiculous. But I'm lucky enough to have enough money to buy the game every year. Like, it's $60. It's 50 quid. 50 quid for just a roster update most of the years. I know that's a cliche thing to say as well, but to an extent, it's relatively true. I mean, the gameplay mechanics, I could have a massive rant about that, about the awful puck pickups, the awful shots that are taken, and the fact that you just can't fucking do anything that would actually happen in a hockey game in that game. It's ridiculous. Now, based on all this, I am officially giving up on Hockey Ultimate Team online seasons. I'm not giving up the game. I'm not giving up the game at all. I will still do like pack openings and stuff within Hockey Ultimate Team. I might play some single player seasons. Haven't bothered with any of that so far, but I might start that. I will remain in Division 4 as a reminder of where it all went wrong for Ultimate Team in this franchise. I mean, this isn't just a spur of the moment thing. This thing has been happening for a very, very long time. Ever since they brought in microtransactions, ever since games themselves that aren't free to play brought in microtransactions, the trend has been going down and down and down, and it's absolutely ridiculous. Now, some of you might be saying, oh, well, Odd Man Rush, Odd Man Seasons, online seasons is really easy. I beat Division 1 380 times, and I haven't spent a penny on packs. You might just be really bad at the game. Well, I mean, that's wonderful for you. That's absolutely brilliant. You must be a really good hockey player. No, great. If you're still enjoying the game and you're enjoying online seasons and you're playing really well, props to you, mate. That's brilliant. That's absolutely great. I'm happy for you. But I guarantee the majority of the players in the same situation who haven't spent any money on packs, who are trying to get by and win Division 1, have just simply given up because they know they don't stand a chance of winning in Hockey Ultimate Team without paying any real money. Now, that said, I still have some HUT builds on the channel that I've already recorded to be released at some point, and I'll continue to do the odd pack opening, as I said, and things like that. But, I mean, bloody hell, I'm glad that franchise mode is relatively decent this year. So at least I have still one game mode from this to enjoy, otherwise just chucking the game in the bin. There's no real point other than that, is there? Now, I've been a bit like, oh, have a go at EA Sports, have a go at EA Sports. But the saddest part about this is that EA Sports, they know this is how people feel, yet they don't care. Or if they do care, they're not fucking showing it. Like, they won't see this video. I mean, I don't blame them if they don't see this video. I'm still a relatively small channel. They won't see this video. They won't see how the real fans of the series, who are starting to give up hope, actually feel. They'll continue to look for the people who give them compliments and praise on social media. There are some of them out there. They're very rare, but there are some of them. They'll continue to talk to those guys. I understand that companies want to have praise, so they know they're doing a good job. Humans like to get praise. That's just a normal thing. But they'll look for the people who only compliment and praise them, who say they did a great job and keep it up, guys, you're making some brilliant games. But I can guarantee, well, I can make a rough estimate that these same people are likely the ones who use the microtransactions in the game to pay to win Division 1. Like, just take a moment to think about that. The people that are praising your game are the ones that are using the microtransactions, are the ones that are doing everything that you ask of them. You don't even ask them to buy packs. You make it so they have to in order to win. Those are the people that are praising your game. They're falling right into your palms, aren't they, EA Sports? And that's just sad. Like, thinking about that, that's just heartbreaking. As a huge hockey fan in myself, and I hope for other hockey fans out there that are fans or who play the NHL series, that's just fucking heartbreaking, isn't it? Anyways, that's my rant over, I think. Like, whilst it's a rant over and we can move on now, don't forget anything that I said here, guys. Like, I get that it's all doom and gloom from this video, and you could imagine me being a bit bitter, a bit salty about what's happened. But just remember what I've said, and then when you go and play it, see what I mean. That's all I'm going to say. See what I mean. If you're thinking about buying packs, take a moment and go, I'm not going to play this game next year when it comes out. I could have potentially wasted my money. And you don't even get amazing things in every single pack that you get. You don't get guaranteed some amazing stuff. You could get absolute jack shit and spend like $30 on one pack. That's the way that they've done it. So you have the smallest chance of possible of getting anything good. That's the problem with this. There's no guarantee of something really good that will help you. Do you want to spend another $60? Do you basically want to buy the game twice in order to still lose in Division 1? Because there are people that buy packs that still don't get pack luck and they still don't win games. For that bit, it's more of, oh, you need to brush up on your skills maybe. But I'm just losing hope with Hockey Ultimate Team. I've got franchise mode to play. I've got Be a Pro. I've got things like that. But those game modes have been relatively pushed aside. Not so much franchise mode, but they've been relatively pushed aside for Hockey Ultimate Team. You can tell that is the one thing that the NHL development team, they focus on more than anything because they know it is the one that gets them the most profit in this game. But anyway, that's all I wanted to say, folks. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget what I've said here, and goodbye.